Welcome to Scaled Trails RC. My name's Noah, and this is a tiny Toyota. So the plan today is to put this little 1/18 scale LC80 Toyota to the test. This truck's made by FMS. This video was not sponsored by them. I actually spent my own money on this little truck. It's a little bit less than 200 bucks. Well, actually, correction, my wife bought it for me because she loves me and she knows what men really want. But yeah, the plan today is we're gonna take it on the trail. There's a mountain here behind me. You can see the snow on the peaks back there. We're going to see just how far this little 1/18 scale Toyota can go. Just to make it interesting, every time that I have to touch the truck and pick it up, you know, maybe it rolls over off of a rock or something, I'm going to have to do a push-up. So I'll have a little hand of God counter in the top corner just to make it interesting. All right, let's do it. Let's see if this little thing can actually off-road. Just real quick, guys, I wanted to give you a quick overview of this little truck before I get started. Honestly, it's pretty cool. For under 200 bucks, I can't really complain. It's got oil-filled shocks. They feel pretty good. It's got portal axles. For any of you that are not familiar with what portal axles are, it's where the axles are raised, and so the axle's higher than the center of the wheel, and that way you have some more clearance. It's a hard body, feels pretty good. It looks pretty good, looks very scale. As you can see here, it's got the licensed Toyota emblem. Another cool thing on this little Toyota, it's got lights, which is pretty sweet. It has two different brightness levels, and it's also got flashers. These also go when you turn left or right. They operate as blinkers. I think that's pretty cool. Something I really like is actually that the battery is installed under the hood, which kind of adds a bit of scale realism. I think that's actually a really cool choice by FMS. Yeah, let's get this plugged in and let's get going. Alrighty guys, here we go. We're getting started on the trail. We'll see what happens first. We might run into snow, the batteries might die, or maybe I'll run out of water. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. You know what? I just had the thought, maybe we should also keep track of all the weird looks that I get for being a fully grown man playing with toys in public. So far, so good, guys. No rollovers. It's going well. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I am. I am in no way in great shape at the moment. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good. I think we had a little bro moment there. So far, so good. No crashes. It's looking good. I'm super out of breath. You can see the city down there. We're gaining some elevation. Let's keep going. How's it going? Hiking, steering, and filming while out of breath is no joke. This is tough, not gonna lie. Didn't get it on camera, but I wasn't paying attention and it flipped. So here you go, push-up number 1. Check it out. We've made it quite a distance so far. Valley's all the way down there. We've gained some elevation. We have just a slightly challenging obstacle ahead of us. Let's do it. This is where things are gonna start to get iffy. As you can see, there's a fork in the trail here. We're gonna go up the steep side, and it's about to get a lot harder for this little 1/18 scale. Let's see how it does. All right, we've got some slicker rock right here. Let's see what it does. Uh-oh. Woo! We're good. Things be starting to look sketchy. We gotta somehow make it all the way up there. I'm realizing now, if I want to film the whole time, I'm gonna need some bigger SD cards, some more SD cards. So that's why the video is kind of jumping from one spot to another. It's because I only have like an hour and a half of footage space on this SD card. So don't judge me. We're just getting started. I promise I won't leave out any touches of the RC car that result in push-ups. I'll be honest, I promise. If I didn't mention already, this thing's actually 2-speed, which is pretty cool. So when things get a little bit more technical, you can really slow it down with that gearing, and it's super helpful. This part might be a little bit difficult for this little 1/18 scale, but we'll give it a shot. Woo! There we go. Oh boy, I'm smelling push-ups coming. Come on. You got this, little guy. Oh, no! Okay, we might need to find a slightly less steep spot. Dang, but look how far up we are. This thing's made it a pretty good distance so far. We're gonna go just to the left of that obstacle. It couldn't quite get up. I think if I had maybe some more grippy tires, maybe could have done it. Let's see if we can get up here. Hey, there we go. Oh, getting stuck a little bit. There we go. Made it. I missed it again, but guys, look, we flipped. Push-up number 2. Usually when I flip so far, it's because I'm paying attention to the camera and I don't realize I'm kind of side hilling here on the left and it just rolls over. So completely my fault, but it'll just take me some practice getting used to filming and driving at the same time. Or I don't know, I guess I could, you know, get some friends or something that could help me film, but that requires, you know, being social, getting outside of the comfort zone. Nah, I'm just kidding. I do have some good friends that would do this with me, but today, most of them are working at the moment, so at least that's what I tell myself to make myself feel better. Honestly, this thing's making it pretty high up here. It's pretty sweet. Only falling 2 times so far. That's pretty cool. It's getting a little bit more technical up here. There's a little lookout here on the right. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to get up there first so I can take just a short break and show you guys the view. Let's see if we can get up there without adding another push-up to my list. Oh boy, a little bit steep here. There we go. All right, we made it up here to the lookout spot. Take a short little break here. Here's the view. We've made it a pretty decent distance so far with this tiny little 1/18 scale truck. Some might say it's a toy, but I know better than that. That's a big enough break. Let's do this. I better film this while I go down here. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to believe me that I did it without tipping the Toyota. Oh! All right. We did it. Sweet! Let's keep going. Dang guys, this thing's killing us so far, to be honest. Doing better than I expected. Usually I choose to do trails with 1/10 scale trucks, but I thought, what the heck, it might be kind of fun to try something with a 1/18 scale just for the channel, see how it goes, especially because this little Toyota's kind of got like some scale overland vibes. Sorry, my shadows, like in all these shots, it's just the position of the sun. Nothing I can do about it. We've hit a little bit of snow and mud. That might add a little bit of complication to this. Might make it a little difficult. These tires already aren't super grippy, so we'll see. We might be approaching our limit here pretty soon. That was close. I almost just drove off this cliff. Oh yeah, going through the mud. Thank you. How's it going? Have a good one.
Oh, you're bringing firewood with you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can't forget the firewood. It's cold out. He was just pointing out my little bit of firewood I strapped to the rack of my RC truck, you know. Who knows if we're gonna get stuck up here in the cold. It is January. Starting to get pretty muddy. Oh boy. Oh! That was totally my fault. I ran right into a rock looking at the camera. I've got to stop doing that. Push-up number 3. You know what, at this rate, 3 push-ups, not too bad. I think I can handle that, but who knows? We still got some trail ahead of us. I have no idea how far this thing is gonna make it. If it keeps staying icy and, well, a mix of ice and mud here, we might see some more push-ups, or we might have to turn around if we can't push this thing any further. Well, at this point, I'm pretty sure it's not the battery that's gonna hold us back. We're still on the first battery. I've got another one fully charged. Ugh. This rock. Push-up number 4. This may prove to be a challenge. We're going uphill now, and it's a little icy. I mean, so far so good though. I mean, honestly, traction's doing pretty well. Got ourselves a little slippery, rocky section here. Oh wow, no problem. I just realized I should have been tracking the miles that we've hiked so far on my watch. Forgot to start the track though, so after it's all said and done and I get back home, I'll have to map out where we made it to, and I'll let you guys know just how far we made it. So it's pretty bright out today, and I didn't put sunscreen on my face. Believe it or not, you can get sunburned in the cold. And so if my wife is watching this, my apologies for not putting on sunscreen. Just to give you guys a scale of how far up here we actually are, check this out. We're making some good progress here. Getting a little rocky through here. Got ourselves some more snow and mud up here. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Woo, that was a close one. Wasn't paying attention. 5. Goal right now is don't drive this thing off of a cliff. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling pooped, but I'm gonna keep going for you guys so we can really see if we can push this thing to its limit. I think something else I'm gonna do, when I get back home and I calculate how many miles this hike was up this mountain, I'm gonna then find the equivalent wheel and tire diameter that this would be in a 1-to-1 scale Toyota LC80. And then I'm gonna do some math. ChatGPT will do some math, and it will calculate what the equivalent is for this little 1/18 scale Toyota to see how many miles this would be in real life for something of this size. I think that'd be kind of a fun little comparison. Not gonna lie though, this is actually a pretty good way to trick yourself into working out. So if you've been looking for a reason to hike, get into better shape, get yourself an RC car. Tell your wife that so she'll buy you an RC car, you know. We've got ourselves a pretty rocky area right here, so we're gonna see how this goes. My guess is this little thing is gonna crush it. Hopefully doesn't go off this cliff right here, because that would be bad. And I would be a very sad boy if that happened. Dang. This thing is honestly like pretty impressive. Once again, I really didn't expect it to do this well. And this really isn't a sponsored video. I mean, obviously, I've got like 2 followers. I'm just impressed overall. I know some people had some complaints about the LC80. A lot of people don't like the way the body attaches to the frame. I'm kind of similar. I mean, I don't love the way it attaches to the frame. It's not very easy to take apart, to clean, to modify. Honestly, for the price that it is right now, under 200 bucks, you can't really complain. I mean, this thing's pretty capable, as you can see. It's made itself way up this mountain. I'm to the point where I'm above all the smog and the pollution that is being kept in the valley by the inversion. So yeah, I don't know, pretty cool. Most 18 scale trucks I probably wouldn't go trailing with, but since this thing's 2-speed, it trails pretty well, honestly. In its second gear, I mean, it's pretty quick enough to keep up with me at a pretty decent pace hike. And that's kind of the problem with some of the smaller scale trucks. Like, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the FCX24. If you don't go brushless or upgrade the motor and ESC, you're probably not going to want to do a whole lot of trailing with it, because it's geared to a point where it's just slow, man. It's way too slow to crawl with on the trails. I mean, not really. Like, you can crawl with it on the trails, but if you're with buddies who have a little bit of bigger RC cars, it's probably gonna struggle to keep up a little bit. So that's just something to think about. Got ourselves a wall right here. This thing should be able to get up it without too big of a deal. There we go. There we go. There we go. I keep saying that. Oh boy. Don't want to get too close to the edge here, so I'm going to opt to go this way. There we go. We got ourselves quite a few little slick rocky stairs here. We're gonna keep trying to go. Oh boy, this is gonna force me down a cliff here, or I have to go up this little section. Guys, this might be another push-up. We'll see. Oh, suck. That's 6. Oh boy, I might rack up some push-ups here. Let's see if I can kind of get up here with a little more oomph in a different gear. Oh, I ain't counting that. We're good. I don't have to touch it. We're sitting at 6 push-ups. That's not too bad. Come on. Oh, my hood's coming open. I'll fix that. Get up, get up. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Ah, that's 7. We might have to help it up this little step, guys. But I'm gonna give it another shot here. This might be my last shot before I just put it up on top of this step. No, that's 8. We're gonna keep going. Let's try this spot right here, except I'm gonna get on this side, so if it rolls off a cliff, I'm here to catch it. I'm gonna see if I can just kind of yeet it up here. Oh. Honestly, I almost had to turn around at that point because I think that would have qualified as not being able to continue on the trail. Every time I stop recording, came up here, boom, 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 hit this rock, flipped over, completely my fault. That's push-up number 8. I don't know if you guys can see this, but way up there, there's a spot that I think might be the end of this trip. It looks pretty sketchy. We'll see. We're gonna give it a shot. We're here on this shale cliff right here. It's actually pretty steep, so I'm gonna try to be careful. I don't want to roll the tiny Toyota all the way down to the ravine. I'd be very sad about that. Let's keep it going here. I am slightly concerned about this section. This could be the end of it for us. Tiny Toyota might have hit its spot where it can't go any further. Okay, that line's not gonna work. Let's try this one. Ah, that's not gonna work. Okay, this one's gonna be risky because I am gonna be kind of close to the edge here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not risking that. My wife bought me this truck. I ain't gonna drive it off a cliff. Oh. 9 push-ups. Where am I gonna make it up? Maybe I'll try to go around this way. Man, I might really rack up the push-ups here. I don't know, guys. This could be the end of the trail for the tiny Toyota. Oh, suck. All right, well, there's 11 push-ups. We're gonna keep trying. Get some battle scars on this little thing. Makes it look better anyways. All right, let's try it again. We're gonna try it here. Just so you guys know, this is a lot steeper than it looks. Oh man. I'm getting hung up on some stuff here. Oh! That's 11 or 12 push-ups. I don't know, lost track. Oh boy. Oh! That's another push-up. line here, if I can line it up right. Okay, I gotta back it up. That was close. Oh! What is that, like 13 or something? I don't know. At this point, guys, I honestly don't think it can do it. I'm gonna give it a few more tries. And honestly, that's not to disparage it at all, because I mean, look at this. This tiny little 1/18 scale truck made it all the way up this trail to this point, which is honestly really impressive. So I'm impressed with it. It's super fun. I really like it. I'd recommend it. There's probably like better platforms to buy if you want to build something off of a ready to run. If you want to start a build with a ready to run and go from there, I'd probably still go with the SCX24. But I mean, this is geared more towards the scale enthusiast, the person who really likes their trucks to look as realistic as possible. I'm impressed with it in that way, and honestly, it performs pretty well. I think with some brass in the wheels, you know, with a little bit of modification, I think I can make it perform even better. It's tipping because it's pretty top heavy. I mean, that's kind of common with hard body trucks. So let's give it a few more shots, all right? Oh my, that's another push-up. That's another push-up. I'm headed down. We couldn't make it past that spot up there. That's okay, honestly. That was a really good time. I had a great time, got a good exercise in. I'm not gonna drive the truck all the way down because the point of this video was to see how far up the trail it can go. I know it can go back down. If you want to check out where to buy this, just kidding, I have no link for you. I'm not that special. Just like, search it on Amazon or something. It's a cool truck, I like it. Just to be clear, too, this little truck looks even better muddy, in my opinion. This little truck made it all the way up here with not even one full battery charge, which is pretty stinking cool. You know, I love fast RC cars. I've had a few of them in my day, and they're a blast to go out and have fun with, but man, they're just always breaking. Their batteries are expensive. I mean, so are RC crawler batteries, but they die quick because when you're out with a basher, that motor gets hot, it's pulling a lot of power, and they just die super fast. So you got to have more batteries. You got to let your motors cool down a lot of times, especially if you don't have them properly ventilated, and there's just a lot more to worry about. So that's why I love these little small crawlers. It's just so satisfying to watch and to play with. Makes me feel like a little kid again. That's the point of this channel. It's for all ages. It's for the kids who, oh, let me restate that. YouTube's sensitive about that. This is not for children. If they happen to watch it with their parents, that's great. I'm happy that they find enjoyment out of it. I'll try to keep the channel family friendly, but it's also for adults. Adults that want to feel like a kid again, get out, play with some toys, have a good time. If you guys like the video and you want to see more like this, going trailing, adventures with the RC trucks, then, you know, that's kind of what I want to make the channel about. I want to bring you guys along for real experiences, you know, having fun, not just sitting at a bench showing you guys the specs of an RC car. You know, like I get it, that's important and fun, and maybe I'll do a little bit of that. But for the most part, I want to get out. I want to take you guys with me and just show you how much fun you can have with these little trucks. Thank you guys if you stuck with me this far. I think you're weird for that. Man, it's a beautiful day. Almost back to the truck, guys. Well, I think we've answered it. We've answered the question we set out to answer. Can this tiny 1/18 scale Toyota off-road? And yeah, I think it can. It does pretty well.